What happens when a single performance has the power to silence an entire room, shake the coaches out of their chairs, and leave fans calling the winner before the season even begins? That's exactly what went down when 20-year-old Aiden Ross took the stage with Adele's Love in the Dark. From the very first note, the audience felt it. By the time the final falsetto rang out, every coach had slammed their button and the internet exploded with reactions. Some are already saying this wasn't just an audition, it was a coronation. But not everyone agrees. Some think the hype is overblown, others are pointing fingers at the producers, and there's even debate over which coach really should have landed him. Stay tuned, because we're diving deep into how the public reacted, why some are already crowning Aiden the grand winner, and why a few voices in the crowd are raising eyebrows. And before we get into it, quick question for you. Do you think Aiden Ross already has this season in the bag, or is it way too early to make that call? Drop your thoughts down below. The moment Aiden opened his mouth, fans knew something was different. People described the opening lines as captivating, with one person saying his resonance in the lower register immediately gave them goosebumps. Another said, the way he sang that song, he turned it into an epic movie. Plenty felt it was more than just good singing, it was emotional storytelling. One reaction summed it up. As soon as he sang the first note, I was yanked in. His tone, his pitch, his stage presence, it was nearly perfect. That performance moved me, and then there was the falsetto. Over and over, fans kept coming back to how clean, controlled, and emotional those higher notes were. For some, it wasn't just about hitting the notes. It was about how he made them feel. Of course, the four-chair turn is always the headline moment. But the way it happened here, people are still buzzing. Between the 14 and 23-second mark, every coach had already turned. That's less than 10 seconds for 4 chairs. Fans called it a record and proof that Aiden is on another level. One person even joked, for the love of God, just let this man win already. Another simply said, that wasn't an audition. That was a performance. And then came the coach battle. While Aiden ultimately chose Team Niall, some felt he should have gone with Snoop, saying Niall already gets too many 4-chair talents and that Snoop could have taken him all the way. Others thought Team Bublé might have been a better fit. But overall, fans agreed Niall's passion, track record, and energy made him the natural choice. The pride from Aiden's community poured in as well. Several people pointed out that he's from Texas, with one shouting, "Texas, we got one," and another reminding everyone, don't mess with Texas. High school classmates chimed in too. Some said they'd sung with him in musicals, church, or even at graduation. One person mentioned, when he sang at graduation, it was absolutely beautiful. And he's only gotten better since then. Another added, led worship with Aiden back in school. Proud of you, brother. The message was clear. This wasn't some overnight success. Aiden's been putting in the work for years, and people who knew him back then weren't surprised to see him shine now. Here's where things get interesting. A massive portion of the audience already sees Aiden as the winner. Some said flat out, the winner is here. Others went even further, betting their life savings or claiming the season was already over. One person declared, best season opening performance of all time. Another said, better than basically everyone last season with just one performance. And then came the goosebump reactions. People admitted to replaying the audition multiple times in a row. Others said it's the only performance of the night they actually wanted to watch all the way through. Someone even wrote, I can't stop watching. Literal chills. Even the coaches' reactions added fuel to the hype. Fans pointed out Snoop's over-the-top excitement, calling it crazy that he reacted that way so early in the season. And of course, Niall's calm but passionate pitch didn't go unnoticed either. But let's be honest, not everyone's on the hype train. A few voices raised concerns. Some thought the crowd noise and coach reactions were too exaggerated, saying it distracted from the actual singing. Others felt the producers were boosting the audience sound to cover small imperfections. One person argued, he probably had pitch problems, and the audience cheering was turned up to cover it. Another said, overrated. And then there's the branding issue. Some joked that Aiden Ross is already a famous streamer's name, which could cause confusion down the road. One comment even said, he needs to change that name. Great voice, but limited branding. Still, even among the critics, hardly anyone denied that his voice was powerful. Most of the pushback wasn't about his talent, but about production choices or personal preference. Covering Adele is always risky. The bar is sky high. But the response here? Surprisingly positive. Fans said it was one of the most sophisticated and artistic takes on Adele they'd ever heard. People praised how Aiden balanced respect for the original while still putting his own stamp on it. Someone even claimed, he sings this better than Adele. Whether or not you agree with that, it shows just how much his performance connected with people, and for those worried Adele might not approve. Others reassured everyone. She would be proud of this performance. Beyond technique, what really stood out was the emotional weight. Fans kept saying things like instantly emotional, so much maturity for only 20, and a star being born. Others went deeper, saying the performance felt cinematic, almost like it was painting a story. And that's what set Aiden apart. It wasn't just about hitting notes, it was about making people feel something. So where does this leave us? On one hand, we've got overwhelming praise, fans calling Aiden the winner before the competition's even begun, and people replaying his audition over and over again. On the other hand, there are those cautious voices saying, slow down, it's just one performance, and raising questions about production hype. But maybe that's exactly what makes this so exciting. Aiden Ross has already sparked debate, set high expectations, and given us one of the most talked about openings in recent Voice history. The big question now is, can he keep it up? Will this audition be the start of a legendary run, or will the weight of expectation become too heavy? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Whether you think he's already the winner or still has something to prove, Aiden Ross has officially arrived. So, what do you think? Did Aiden just lock in the crown with this one audition, or is it way too soon to make that call? Let us know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more public reactions, debates, and behind-the-scenes talk from The Voice.